Good evening, beautiful people. Taurus, this is your video, this is your reading. So welcome to the channel, by the way, guys. My name is Catherine. Taurus, I really thought about looking into September, right? Because we're almost there, and I'm sure you're very curious to find out what the month has in store for you. But there's a full moon in Pisces next week, and it's a blue moon. And I really think we should underline that and look into the energies specifically for that day. I know I'm going to make a wish. I feel that it's an auspicious energy this time because of the rarity of a blue moon. So it just feels like, because it's a Piscean moon, and Piscean is like the sign where there's no limits, everything's infinitely bountiful. So I think you could actually go overboard and ask for anything, literally, and don't shy away from what it could be and what you're actually asking the universe for. So anyway, that's my thing, my take. But we're here to do tarot for you, aren't we? You've got cards that flipped. The Ten of Cups with the Queen of Cups in the reverse. I think you'll have a very happy day. I think you'll be in a very good mood. You'll be in very good relation, where you'll be on really good terms with any of your connections, any of your friends, any of your family members, even strangers here. It's one of those days where you're walking on clouds, right? You feel very lighthearted. And at the same time, you could have some specific thoughts that linger regarding your love life specifically. I think that you'll be, let's say you're single, you might feel the you know, not having any partner as maybe more difficult on that day. Even if you have really good relationships all around, you might feel the lack, or you might feel like you're missing someone specific, or just missing being with someone. Let's see what else can happen on that day. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse, so you won't be working very hard. You might be distracted on that day. You will be distracted. The Seven of Cups, you'll be daydreaming all day long. It's adorable. I think you'll be really dreaming about what could be the best possible scenario. And I want to say scenarios. I think you'll have many different thoughts. And as much as I was telling you that under the Piscean moon, you can ask for anything because the energy is limitless. I think you're going for it. I think maybe you'll heed my advice, basically. I think you're a curious person, much more than you lead people to believe. At least on that day, maybe you'll not resemble your usual self for some reason. Let's see what else can happen on that day. So no hesitation about what? What are you so adamant about? Okay, you're comfortable in your own skin. So I think maybe you're focused on your coins. But I think overall it's a feeling of being secure, like really, I got this kind of vibe, you know? So, the card flipped. Interesting. I think now I get more context. So, I don't think you'll necessarily have a fight because you started off with having really good rapport with everybody around you. But I think that you'll be surrounded by people and quite busy. And for some reason, you kind of stand out from the crowd. And I think that's part of your own decision, like it's your own thing. So as much as you entertain really good relationships, I think that you will prefer to be left alone, so to speak. I think you're not going to want to collaborate. You're not going to want to compete. You're not going to want to spend any time with any entanglements, basically. Sorry, I'm having a hot flash, guys. So I want to come back to this precisely. I think you're going to focus a lot more on what you really want and what you hope can be, especially on that day, right? Let's pull one more card and see. The Nine of Wands in the reverse. Why is that? Why are you feeling like you can't fight? Okay, okay. Something is sort of popping out here in terms of you against you and people. Twice you're isolated from, these crowds of people. So they feel like two different crowds. They could be two sets of, could be like friends on one side, family on the other, work colleagues on one side, I don't know, strangers on the other, who knows, like, you know what I mean, like different groups that you belong to, that you're acquainted with. But each time there's a very precise energy where you feel different, you feel separate. So I don't know what it is, excuse the noise. Maybe it's this feeling, lingering feeling that you're missing out. Maybe you feel like you're the one that's missing something, as if you're lacking in, for some reason you're lacking of XYZ, confidence. Maybe you feel like you're not pretty enough, like the I'm not good enough kind of feeling. We get that on the Nine of Wands as well, a little bit. But again, there's no real conflict. I think the overall energy was definitely being on good terms. But it's you are separate from the world. You feel like that. It's you against the world, or you versus the world. Not that you'd be really fighting, but there's no collaboration. Maybe you feel left out. Maybe you feel like you're not belonging. It could all be. Anyways, I want to go back to the wishful thinking, because I think that there's a particular moment during that day where maybe you can meditate on that feeling of separateness and decide for something else for yourself, right? To basically experience something else for yourself. At least going into September, right? Okay, I'm gonna leave the reading there. Hopefully something resonated in the message for you. We'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear from you guys. It makes me feel like somebody's on the other side of this camera. So thank you for liking as well, sharing and subbing. I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.